Clemson SC, September 2, defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence. Photo by Todd Bennett, Getty Images. Not too long ago it seemed as though the interior of the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line was set. Then, they, seemingly, got very old very quickly. There are a ton of guys playing this position on the roster, yet things, outside of Fletcher Cox, seem uncertain. Philly can't bank on Trayvon Hester and Bruce Hector evolving into the next coming of John Randall. It's not impossible, just unlikely, so they may want to find some insurance. Haloti Ngata, who just turned 35, can't be seen as said insurance. He's, simply, not the same guy anymore. Want your voice heard? Join the Inside the Eagles team. Write for us. We're not sure what type of shape Timmy Jernigan will be in during the 2019 campaign, as he continues to heal and get back to form. That being said, Fletcher Cox will need some help or he'll be seeing a ton of double teams. Here are 15 guys who may fit the bill for Philly. Page 2 STARKVILLE, MS, October 21, Steven Johnson. Photo by Butch Dill, Getty Images. Did we mention that, before the 2018 season started, that the Clemson Tigers defensive line was actually called the greatest defensive line in the history of college football? Well, whether you believe that or not is up to you, but here's two things that we can't argue. 1, they won it all, and second, the defensive line was a huge part of the reason why. With that being said, why wouldn't Philly take a look at Christian Wilkins if he's available? Draymond Jones, Ohio State Buckeyes. Jones tallied 40 tackles, 13 resulted in lost yardage, 1 forced fumble, 2 pass deflections, and he even reached the end zone with a pick-six touchdown. He's scary athletic as he's 6'3", he weighs 272 pounds, and he's expected to run the 40 in less than 5 seconds. Expect everyone to go bananas if he does. Dexter Lawrence, Clemson Tigers. Well, you can't have the best defensive line in college football history if all 4 of them aren't turning heads. Lawrence did that to quite a few scouts as this 6'4", 350-pound monster totaled 37 tackles, 7.5 sent opposing teams in the wrong direction. Add that to 1.5 sacks and 3 passes broken up in 2018, he's 6'4". He weighs 301 pounds. He racked up 63 tackles in 2018, and 17 of those sent teams in the wrong direction. Add to the 2 sacks, forced fumble and 4 pass deflections he racked up, he was likely a top 20 pick, but a torn ACL may have changed that. We're not sure if he's playing in his rookie season, but teams may be willing to draft him and wait. He's that good. Jerry Tillery, Notre Dame Fighting Irish character. Concerns is the term you may hear thrown around when you hear about Jerry Tillery. It's never good when you hear that, and that may be why he's projected to go on day 2 of the NFL draft. Still, you can't ignore 30 tackles, 8 sacks and 3 forced fumbles from the defensive tackle position. Next, there's your first 5. Here are 5 more. Page 3 SYRACUSE, NY, September 4, Chris Slayton. Syracuse Orange defeats Rhode Island Rams 47-0. Photo by Brett Carlson, Getty Images. First of all, why aren't more football teams called the Leathernecks? Saunders was worth the price of admission for everyone seeking entertainment at a Western Illinois football game. 0.72 tackles, where 13 resulted in a loss, 6.5 sacks, a forced fumble and a batted pass got Saunders to the Senior Bowl. Now, he'll get his chance at the NFL Combine. Then, he'll more than likely earn his chance to play on Sundays. Now, that's good stuff. Gerald Willis 3, Miami Hurricanes. Willis helped continue the upward swing, better known as Miami Hurricanes football, with 59 tackles, 4 sacks, and 2 batted passes. Entering the Combine, he's projected to be a second-day selection. He'll seek to improve his stock there. He's the younger brother of New York Giants safety Landon Collins, and he'll be looking to shed the image he's built with some off-the-field concerns. Bugs will, no doubt, get some burnt because he comes from that factory better known as the Alabama Crimson Tide, but our most recent football memory of him includes an underwhelming Senior Bowl. He's now projected to go somewhere between rounds 2 and 4. Chris Slayton, Syracuse Orange. Has anyone noticed that some quality NFL guys have, historically, come out of the Syracuse football program? Eagles fans can probably recall a very good signal caller that came from the Orange. Next up is a potential problem for offensive coordinators whose name is Chris Slayton. He's 6'4". He's 309 pounds. Can you imagine him lining up next to Cox? The thought kind of makes the mouth water. Terry Beckner Jr., Missouri Tigers. Beckner racked up 34 tackles with 10.5 for a loss, 3.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble and a pass deflection in his final season with the Tigers. Perhaps the best-case scenario is he'll probably be drafted in the 3rd round, but no one will be surprised if he slips as far as the 4th or 5th round either. Next, 10 down. Only 5 remain. Age 4 PASADENACA, January 1st, Greg Gaines. Photo by Kevork Johnsazian, Getty Images. Gaines racked up 55 tackles with 3.5 sacks and an interception in 2018. He followed that with an impressive Senior Bowl. If he follows what happened in Mobile with a knee showing in Indianapolis, he's sure to have his name called in Nashville. Ed Alexander, LSU Tigers. Alexander's 6'3", 331-pound frame and the 28 tackles, 1 sack and 1 pass deflection he tallied in 2018 will have some believing he's a nice prospect. His film will make you think he can go as high as the 2nd round. P.J. Johnson, Arizona Wildcats. Johnson's story began at junior college before he transferred to Arizona. Last season, he racked up 31 tackles, 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble and 1 pass deflection. This 6'4", 335-pound defensive tackle figures to have his name called on the 2nd or 3rd day of the draft. Kevin Givens, Penn State Nittany Lions. At 6'1" and 283 pounds, some may say Kevin Givens is undersized. Others may say he has a motor after watching him rack up 33 tackles and 5 sacks against some pretty stiff competition in the Big Ten. Darkus Christmas, Florida State Seminoles. Christmas put in work for the Noles with 28 tackles and 2 batted passes. For his career in Tallahassee, he produced 106 total tackles, 3.5 sacks, a forced fumble and 2 fumble recoveries over the course of 44 games. Here's someone else who stands over 6 feet and weighs over 300 pounds. Might he hear his name called over the course of the 3-day selection meeting? Time will tell.